State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza. And also presented by Lawrence Technological University, the Construction Association of Michigan, Legacy Partners Insurance, the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, and the Michigan High School Athletic Association.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ford Field for the Prep Bowl. It's been an awesome day of football, and now it's time for the main event. I'm Ryan Slocum, joined by former Michigan quarterback Jack Tuttle. And Jack, we've got a big one in the showcase. 8-0, Detroit Catholic Central taking on D3 powerhouse Detroit King. And let's talk about the Shamrocks. They can gash you, I guess you can say. They've got a couple of big weapons. It's the Gash brothers.
I love that saying, and they sure can. They got Samson Gash, one of the fastest players in the state, if not the fastest in the state, Ryan. And he's very smooth in his routes. Some would say silky smooth, a very tough player. And he's accompanied by his brother, Gideon Gash, who's also garnered national attention, and he can play both ways and do it all.
As for the fellas from 3200, they come in at 5-3, but their schedule is brutal. Two of those losses come to the number one team in the state. Their buddies from down the road, Cass Tech. They also have weapons all over the field, but they really need to get it done up front.
Absolutely, and he emphasized dominating the line of scrimmage this week, and it's going to start with Jameer Henry, their 6'5", 315 lineman. He's a very physical player, and he's super fun to watch. But you can't forget about Andrew Knight, their star quarterback. He's played a big role in their success this season, and he has a big arm and is going to have to use his feet today for their success.
It's Catholic Central taking on King for the second year in a row in the Prep Bowl. We'll have the kickoff right after this.
What's more authentic than a Hungry Howie's Detroit-style pizza? Nothing. We're not playing around with the pizza of our birthplace. Thick crust, cheese to the edge, sauce on the top. Where it belongs. We've seen a lot of fakes out there. Not here. This is authentic Detroit-style pizza. Order yours now online for $12.99. We sauce the top and rep for the 313 everywhere. We do bold.
Hungry
Howie's.
This is Detroit Lions coach Dan Campbell, and this is attorney Mark Bernstein. Both of these men are respected, but only one of them can get you money after an accident.
That's the Bernstein advantage.
1-800-CALL-SAM. From our very first breath, curiosity is why we question everything through barrages of whys and how comes. It now needs the tools to will its vision into existence. Tools that will forever allow curiosity to obscure the line between technology and magic. Be curious. Make magic. Lawrence Technological University.
I'm Dave Peabody with Legacy Partners Insurance. Metro Detroit, we've seen it all. Ice storms in May, orange construction barrels year-round. Somehow, it always works out. Detroit doesn't just get through it, we get through it together. And at Legacy Partners, we've been with you for generations. Auto, home, business, life. We keep it simple. No unnecessary runaround, no robotic hold music. We're right here protecting what matters. Legacy Partners, Detroit strong, insurance smart.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
I'm working right now, and so is Sam Bernstein Law. They're open right now. You know why? Because they work as hard as me to win. Don't wait until tomorrow to get the help you need today. Open 24/7. That's the Bernstein advantage. Open right now. Call Sam.
If playing college sports is your dream, don't wait for a college coach to find you. Recruit yourself. At Lawrence Tech, we're looking for student athletes. LTU competes in the NAIA with 24 varsity sports and athletic scholarships. Explore new degree programs like sport management, where sports meets cutting-edge education. Visit LTURecruitYourself.com and just fill out the questionnaire. It's that easy. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza.
Welcome back into Ford Field for the nightcap, the main event of Prep Bowl 53 here at Ford Field. Let's head down to the field for our national anthem. Thanks to the Shamrock Marching Band, their team, Detroit Catholic Central, about to take on Detroit King here at Ford Field. For more on King, let's head down to the field at Patty Cesarini.
Kings running back Michael Dukes has been out the past 6 weeks with a knee injury. He was questionable earlier this week to play in tonight's game, but I just got word that he is no good. He will not be out on that field tonight, and it hurts this team. Last week, they were inside the 24 times, came up with nothing. All scenarios where the Rutgers commit would have been huge in helping execute in critical moments. What I can tell you is that he is on his way to becoming healthy. He is going to rehab and currently running at full speed. It's just a question mark of when he'll return this season. Back up to you guys.
Appreciate that, Patty. Yeah, that is a huge loss for King. You saw it in their two games, as Patty said, against Cass Tech this season. They thought they might get him back, but he just hasn't been healthy enough. You're losing a Big Ten running back, man. That's a big loss for King.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and especially what they want to do tonight is establish the line of scrimmage. So now the other running backs in that position room are going to have to pick up for Michael Dukes, and you're right.
They're going to have to put up their Dukes.
They're going to have to put up their Dukes. There's no doubt about it, and that O-line's going to have to get a great push up front to help this running game.
Prep Bowl 53, they met last year as well. This game was won by by CC. 23-7, and they hold the all-time margin 6-1 over the fellas from 3200 Lafayette. They are wearing white tonight, and they are about to kick off the ball, as you see right there. The Shamrocks, undefeated, 8-0. They'll receive the kick. They are wearing blue. Shamrocks looking to go 9-0 in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 1999. And there is the opening boot. It will be brought in at the 7. And that's Gideon Gash. You want to keep the ball out of that guy's hands. As we talked at the beginning of the show, the Gash brothers will do exactly that. They will live up to their name.
And Ryan, you read my mind. There is nobody Probably don't want to kick to him. That's the first thing. Gideon Gash is a college-type body with college-type attributes. And putting the ball in his hands right away, you could already see a little bit what he can do.
Yeah, the only guy that may be worse to kick the ball to would be his brother, Samson Gash. Get used to hearing those two names tonight. Samson, number 5. You just saw Gideon, number 11. Duke Banta, their quarterback. And there's the first snap. Handed off to the left side. And run out of bounds after a short gain. Cedric Williams, the main running back, the senior from Canton, as we take a look at the starting lineups.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of talent on this roster, and led by none other than Samson Gash, one of the fastest players in the state, if not the fastest player in the state. It's an exciting offense to watch.
Well, he is the fastest historically. He set the 100-meter dash record as a junior at the track and field championships last year, 10.41. Around the left side again. Big gain this time. That's going to be a first down. And once again, it's 2-6, the senior from Canton.
And that's a great block by Cam Swearingen on the outside, number 4 in blue. He just seals that edge, and it's a great pickup for DCC.
Let's take a look at the guys trying to slow the Shamrocks down. Here's the starting lineup for the King D.
Yeah, and the strength of this defense is their defensive line. They have a lot of big boys up front, including number 77, Calvin Washington, who is 6'5", 370.
370. Tipping the scales. But he can get it done there at D-tackle. Big 7'7". Here we go. Going right this time. And that is a huge gain across the 30-yard line. This time, it's number 24 with the big pickup. The Shamrocks in business early. Jalen Montlewis.
Yeah, and they've run this formation a lot, this 3-back set in these short yardage circumstances. And it's a little bit of trickery, but also just downhill. Number 24 in blue does a great job, and the offensive line gets a great push up front.
Yeah, Christian Wheeler thought he had him in the backfield. He did not, and broke free for Montlewis. Now to the 30. Shamrocks keeping it on the ground so far, and it is working. 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen for Duke. He's going to throw it. He's looking long. He's got 5 out there. Samson Gash over the shoulder. Willie Mays grab. Touchdown, CC.
And this is the last guy you want to have in man coverage. We talked about it. Fastest guy in the state. He has the 100-meter dash record. And they just put him on an inside fade right here. And he goes inside release still, but wins back outside and beats the safety over the top. What a great throw by number 7 in blue, Duke Banta, too. Just over the outside shoulder. Great job by the DCC offense on their first drive.
Duke Banta with an incredible throw. His 20th touchdown pass of the season. And how about the grab by Samson Gash? Man, they're going to like him in East Lansing. They may be able to use him right now over there at Spartan Stadium. That was an incredible grab. And we've got a flag on the play, going to be half the distance. So the Shamrocks look like they might go for 2 here after the penalty. Quick strike, a 4-play drive. They used just over a minute. How about a minute 14 to get it done?
Great start for this offense, and they started by dominating the line of scrimmage. You go back to that 3rd and short and that 3-back set, they got a huge explosive run play, and then they open up the pass down in the red zone and get it to their best ball player, Samson Gash, for the score.
So here they go now, going for 2. They got them all bunched up on the right side. Here comes Samson. Duke's going to keep it. He's hitting the backfield, and don't know yet. Haven't had a call. He was fighting to get that ball across the goal line, and it is no good. Brought down short.
Yeah, the stout defensive line and the big boys up front right here do a great job just clogging this Wildcat look up. And number 7 in white does a great job and makes a great tackle. That is Samare Stevens.
Yeah, and Joshua Peters actually was the one taking the direct snap there, the senior. Punter as well is Peters. He's got a twin brother, Luke, on the team. Another brother also, a junior, James. The whole Peters crew out there. He was just short of the goal line that time, though. Hey, we want to let you know that Hungry Howie's is a great partner of the State Champ Networks, Mr. Football, and the Anvil Awards. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. Order your pizza at hungryhowies.com. Well, just like that, it is 6-0 for the boys in blue, the Shamrocks, who, as we said, looking to go back-to-back for the first time since their coach was on the team back in the day, Justin Sassante.
Yeah, and Coach Sasante's done a great job with DCC and really just establishing this college-like atmosphere. I went to their practice earlier this week. They truly run their practices like a college operation. Their facilities are beautiful. They have film and breakdowns for their players. They're doing a great job over there.
No question about it. They thought they were the best team in the state last year before getting knocked off in the semifinals. And they believe they are this year as well. We have them ranked number 2 in our top 20 as they kick it off here. King touching the ball for the first time, and we've got a nice return all the way across the 40. King going to have great position to start this out. Deontay Ellington, the Duke, taking across the 40.
Yeah, and that's such a great play by a young player. He's only a sophomore, and they got some years. They got some years for him and with him. So he's a very dynamic player and one of their starting receivers. We're looking to see more of him. Gotta love it here at Ford Field. Got both bands in the house as we take a look at the Crusaders, as their team's gonna hopefully give their band something to play about here. They got 60 yards to go. First drive for King. They sling it out. Little stutter step, not much room to go. Once again, it was Ellington. You're going to see these guys out here, Jack. These receivers, the small guys, here they are, their starting lineup. A lot of guys under 6 feet, but man, they can fly around. Yeah, they can definitely fly around. There's tons of talent on this offensive roster as well, but starred by their quarterback, Andrew Knight. He's got a great arm and can attack a defense with his feet. Here he was slinging it out there just a hair high. That was number 11, DeAndre Williams, trying to go upstairs to get it. Let's take a look at the CCD. Yeah, this team prides themselves on their front, and their front is highlighted by number 44, Jack Janda, who's committed to Wisconsin. He's got a college-type body, Ryan, and this kid is going to be dynamic at the next level. So here we go now. Going to be 3rd down, 3 to go. Throwing it again, got absolutely rocked, did Andrew Knight. Ball goes in and out of the hands, and a great play out there. That was Luka Genrich. Got his hand in there and broke up the play. Yeah, and they're going to go for this RPO right here, and he sees the safety come down, so he tries to rip it right on the corner, but Luka Genrich makes a great play. It's a bang-bang play. Some may say it may have been a little early, but some say maybe bang-bang play. The folks in blue definitely do not believe it was a bang-bang play. So here we go on 4th down. Crusaders going for it. Over to the right side. Brought in, going to be brought down, I believe across the line was DeAndre Williams. That's going to be a first down and move the chains. Yeah, they've done this a couple times now. Just throw these bubble screens. They've done it all year, and they just want to attack these guys out. It's 2v2, but King believes in their athletes. They're going to dish it out quick, get a nice easy throw for Andrew Knight, and try and get their best players on the edge. That is number 11 there, DeAndre Williams in white. Does a good job picking up that first down. And a big hard hit as he went to the ground, but hung on to the ball, and now they are across the 50. After striking in 4 plays, now King looking to answer. They keep it on the ground. Big hole to the left side. Still on his feet. Willie Walker. How about that run? All the way down across the 30. Yeah, and this is part of the QB QB running back option. They're going to read this end right here. He's going to go up the field. They're going to release out 0 to block. He kind of is keying on Andrew Knight right here, so he is going to give the ball to number 21 in white, Willie Walker, who just gets to the outside, great blocks on the outside, and springs him for a huge gain on the ground.
Yeah, all the way up to the 24-yard line goes Walker, the sophomore. King answering well. 3 receivers, bottom of your screen, make it 4. Dumps it off to the back. Once again, it is Walker. Picks up, well, more than 5, about 4 yards to about the 20. Willie Walker, another one of those guys. Small in stature, maybe 5'8" for him, but man, these guys can move, and Coach Patrick uses them well.
Yeah, he really does, and you know, these 2 running backs have picked up for Michael Dukes being hurt and done a great job.
2nd down, 6 to go. Walker again, this time tripped up the second he touched the ball. Great penetration there by the Shamrocks.
Yeah, and he might have had an opening. He just lost his footing and couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to set up a 3rd and long here for King.
So he loses a couple yards on that one. Yeah, 2 yards on the loss.
And they talked about when they played Cass Tech last week, they had struggle in the red zone, and when they reached the 25 to 20-yard line, Coach Patrick emphasized, hey, we're not going for field goals. We need to go for touchdowns and finish.
Yeah, great point. Huge problem last week as we get a timeout on the field. Huge problem last week. You mentioned it. Inside the red zone. How about 4 times? And they could not find the end zone. And that's the reason why they lost that game 35-19. You convert 2 of those. Hey, man, we got a whole different ball game.
Absolutely. They were winning in the 3rd quarter. They came out and started in the 2nd half strong. But when they got to the red zone in the 2nd half, they just could not finish and get in the end zone, and it was part of the reasons they were losing that game late.
Hey, speaking of the Crusaders, let's take you back. How about 2007? Detroit King captured its first state title in school history. The Crusaders faced Midland. They found themselves down early in the 2nd half, but stormed back in dominant fashion. They pulled away 47-21 victory for King, and they made history that day at Ford Field. They were the first public school in Detroit to win a state championship. Great job by King that year. I remember it well. A couple of NFL players on that team, and they've had a few more since that day. They may have the number 1 pick in the NFL draft coming up here. Dante Moore, the quarterback at Oregon, making his case so far this year.
You know, it's actually funny you say that because, you know, Dante went to King, right? And guess who trained with him?
You.
Nope. I wish. That would have been cool. But Andrew Knight, the King quarterback, is trained with Dante Moore, and he's got some of his expertise.
Let's see what Mr. Knight has in his bag here. Going to dump it off again. Got plenty of room out there. Chris Massey gets a couple.
Yeah, and the CC defense does a great job just getting depth. They know it's a 3rd and long, and they just keep everything in front of them, making Andrew Knight take the check down. They're just going to stay behind and have a shelf on the coverage. And Andrew Knight sees this, and he just takes the check down, and they rally to the ball. Great job by number 22 in blue and number 20 in blue.
Yeah, Connor Ryan got out there and closed that window real quick. Here we go on 4th down. Hard count. CC doesn't bite. Knight takes it. He's looking deep. Got a man out there, but that's going to be an overthrow. Looking for DeAndre Williams on 4th down. But yeah, Williams got shut down.
Coach Asante talked about it this week. Bringing cover 0. You see there's no safeties back. They're man-to-man coverage right here across the board. And they believe in their matchups and feel they can shut King down. Andrew Knight takes a man coverage matchup to the right side, bottom of your screen. What a job by Samson Gash, who really is a receiver, number 5 in blue there.
Yeah, no question. Samson Gash, if you're not sick of it already, you're going to hear it throughout the night. This kid can do absolutely everything. You saw him out there in coverage. He's got 9 touchdowns through the air this year, 529 yards. How about this one? You want to talk about averages. How about 23.5 yards per punt return for him?
This kid is dynamic, and there's a lot of colleges that should feel lucky to have him. We were talking on the phone this week with DCC. I mean, Alabama was calling.
Yeah. We assume it was for him. We don't know exactly who it was for, but
there's no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. Plenty of guys on this team that are going to be playing high major in the near future. Here comes CC on their second drive. Great hole, but it's closed pretty quickly. Going to be a gain of 3 or 4. Looked like he was going to get a lot more, but Cedric Williams was brought down.
Talk about another guy who's very talented on this roster is Cedric Williams, number 26, and he has waited his turn on this team. And last year he wasn't the guy, but now this year he is, and he runs hard, refuses to go down, and it is another weapon that CC has in their arsenal.
Yeah, an all-league running back. Coach likes to call him his Swiss Army knife. Can do a little bit of everything. He picked up 4 yards as we are at the halfway point of the first quarter. Duke slings it out there. And that is another nice pickup. That's another first down. And it's Joshua Ateneo.
Yeah, CC talked about spreading the field and getting the ball in all areas of the field, and they do it right here with Samson Gash, one of their best playmakers. But look at this block at the bottom of the screen here with his brother, Gideon Gash, who has his back. What strain, that's great strain, great job not holding. He's able to spring his brother for a couple more yards.
And I should say, Atiemo is his name. Joshua there from Milford, another senior on this CC offense. They go back to the ground. Good hole again. It's Cedric. Going to take it for 5 up to the 40. Where Cedric comes in, talking about stats. That's just a gain of 5, which you love to have on first down.
There's no doubt.
This dude averages 6.6 per carry.
Staying on schedule is the name of the game, and DCC's doing a great job right now doing that.
They get up to the line quickly. Nothing doing. So Duke looks to the sideline. A couple of these guys as well, born to play football. Duke Banta's father, Bradford, played in the NFL for 10 years, then coached right here at Ford Field. He pitches it out to the left. Great cut. That's going to be another first down. So he stays on his feet. Don't know if he stepped out of bounds or not. Yeah, he did. It looks like at about the 49-yard line, they're going to call it, but not before they move the chains.
Yeah, you can see DCC right now. They're trying to get the perimeter. Look at these blocks. Samson Gash and number 4, Cam Swearinger in blue, does a great job sealing their blocks on the outside. And DCC's really gaining an edge on perimeter throws and perimeter runs right now.
Another first down here at midfield. DCC struck in just 4 plays on their opening possession. Looking to do it one more time. Banta's got Williams with him. Fakes the handoff. He's going to launch it, and he's looking long. Got a man out there. It's a foot race. Just out of the reach, but we have a flag. It's going to be pass interference down there.
Yeah, he might have been slightly early. That ball looked close to being in reach, but maybe out of reach right in that gray area.
We'll get the official word. That will be a 15-yard penalty and keep this drive alive. Hey, when looking for the tools that will turn your curiosity to magic, look no further than Lawrence Technological University. Go to ltu.edu for more information. Lawrence Tech. Be curious. Make magic. So back to the line. The boys in blue come. Banta with Williams in the backfield. Stacked receivers. And we've got an end around. And it's Gash. Samson Gash. He's still on his feet. Brought down at the 10 after a huge pickup of 26.
Let's just admire the speed. You want to get your fast players on the edge, and they do that right here with Samson Gash. He's going to come right behind the quarterback right here, and Duke's going to do a great job selling that run, and they're going to get the edge with him right here. Great block by number 4, Cam Swearingen, and they spring Samson Gash free.
They mark him down at the 9 where he went out of bounds. Samson Gash, the state record holder in the 100. You know, they call the 100 the fastest man on earth. Well, he's the fastest man in Michigan, is Samson Gash. On first down, it's Williams, kind of spinning his way for a couple, but he got hammered. Big 5'6" doing the damage in there.
Stopped on the play by Gregory Keller.
And that's a good sign. You want to see, if you're the Kings coaches, you want to see them step up right now and dominate the line of scrimmage here in the red zone to try and hold CC to a field goal.
Gregory Keller making that tackle. He's a big fella. He'll be playing at the next level. Going over there to Allendale, Michigan at Grand Valley State. Second down. Goal to go. Williams again. They clog that hole up pretty quick. Once again, nothing doing. He's brought down. Richard Stewart, Keller in there again.
Nice job by number 8 in white here, Christian Wheeler. He's able to get around this block and just get Cedric Williams, the running back, down. Nice job just swerving the block and getting to the running back.
So it's now third down. Goal to go. So we've entered the final 2 minutes of the first quarter. Duke Banta and CC looking to go up 2 scores early. He'll throw it to the outside. And how about the D there? Going down to the turf. Michael Dursa, he's the intended receiver, but no, it's Deontay Ellington.
That's a great stand by King right there, and DCC is going to go ahead and kick the field goal. That's a great job by just preventing the touchdown and only allowing 3. It gives their offense a chance and keeps them in the game.
So Ty Goddard is out there, the junior from South Lyon. Going to try to kick this one, about 26 yards. He's got a 42-yarder this season already. And that one going to be no good. I don't know if that got blocked or not, Jack. Did that get tipped?
You know, I couldn't tell from up here, but
I heard the sound. It sounded like it may have gotten tipped.
It may have gotten tipped for sure.
So Ty Goddard, we'll take another look at it. No good on this one, so it remains a 6-0 ball game. There we go.
It just came out low. Just came out low. Maybe it was an operation through the hold. That's the thing with field goals. You know, with King, you hold them to a field goal, maybe they miss it. And they do right there, and it breathes a little more life into them.
Great job by the D to stand up inside the red zone. They were the ones that got stood up last weekend here at Ford Field. This time they do it. And they take the ball. Right. Slinging it out there. And once again, Deontay Ellington. He's doing everything, but this time he couldn't break free, just to gain a 1. You know, King has come in. They have won 5 state championships in the past 10 years. We just told you about 2007, their first one. Well, they've been rolling ever since. 5-10 is pretty darn good. But they've lost their last 3 here at Ford Field, trying to end that streak. Andrew Wright keeps it himself, takes it up around the 25.
And that's a good job by CC containing that run to a minimal gain. Andrew Knight's very dangerous in both aspects of his game and his arm. He's got a very strong arm and can read defenses, but he can also make plays with his feet. That's a good job preventing anything explosive from him there.
So like the last possession, they are facing 3rd and long, but it is manageable, just 6. from their own 24. Coach said they need to find the inches. That will be the difference in this game. Here's Knight, bouncing all over the place. He might end up keeping it. He does. He's got the first down, but the ball came out.
And it looked like somebody in white jumped onto the ball, and they do. Number 4 comes up with it.
Great job there on the scramble. Don Spillers getting that one. But a great job by Knight to keep this play alive, picked up the first down.
Yeah, we talked about it the play before. He's dangerous with his feet, and he just back, forth, get out of the pocket, get to the first down. He just loses the ball right there, but his buddy, Don Spillers, number 4 in white, says, hey, man, I got you.
I got your back, big fella. Don't worry about it. Great job there, punching the ball out from behind as well. But, you know, Knight took over at quarterback after Darryl Flemister. He was the quarterback freshman and sophomore years, but they moved him to receiver. This is Willie Walker, and this is going to be another King first down. The sophomore running right at the sticks finally gets taken down at the 44.
Yeah, we talked about this running back room a little bit earlier, and, you know, with the absence of Michael Dukes, Willie Walker's really picking up the slack here, as well as number 22, Chris Massey. But that's a great run. And the offensive line did a great job up front, allowing the spring first.
So King is back in business as the first quarter comes to a close. CC leading it 6-0. We'll have quarter number 2 right after this.
What's more authentic than a Hungry Howie's Detroit-style pizza? Nothing. We're not playing around with the pizza of our birthplace. Thick crust, cheese to the edge, sauce on the top. Where it belongs. We've seen a lot of fakes out there. Not here. This is authentic Detroit-style pizza. Order yours now online for $12.99. We sauce the top and rep for the 313 everywhere. We do bold.
Hungry
Howie's.
Hi, I'm Dave Peabody with Legacy Partners Insurance. We've insured just about everything in Metro Detroit. Yeah, we've seen some things. Whether you have hundreds of employees or just your cousin in the back doing everything, we'll build a policy that fits. Property, liability, benefits, we'll even cover you in case your cousin opens that email that he really shouldn't have. We build insurance policies for real life. If you have equipment, employees, or just a really chaotic Tuesday, we've got the right coverage for you. Legacy Partners. Detroit businesses trust us. You can too.
If playing college sports is your dream, don't wait for a college coach to find you. Recruit yourself. At Lawrence Tech, we're looking for student athletes. LTU competes in the NAIA with 24 varsity sports and athletic scholarships. Explore new degree programs like sport management, where sports meets cutting-edge education. Visit LTURecruitYourself.com and just fill out the questionnaire. It's that easy. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
Welcome back into State Champs Game Time Live. And if Catholic Central pulls this one out here tonight, it will mark their second back-to-back undefeated regular season since the late 90s. And last year, their season ended in the state semifinals against Cass Tech, and Coach DeSante said, we know we can't beat ourselves. It's one thing to get outclassed by somebody, but it was a close game, and things happened to us during that game that didn't happen all season long. This year, their theme is Finish What We Started, a tribute to last year's seniors who left the program better than they found it. Back up to you guys.
Appreciate that, Patty. King running the ball on first down, and yeah, we said it. They thought they were the best team in the state a year ago. They came up just short. And how about it? Cass Tech, number 1 in our rankings pretty much all year. CC, number 2. They might be on a collision course one more time this season.
Yeah, they might be, and both times were pretty close games. And the third time it's hard to beat a team 3 times, let me tell you.
So here comes King. 2nd and 7. Came up empty on their first possession. Andrew Knight, the senior. I call him Deuce. He spins the other way, misdirection action, but man, nothing doing. He is knocked down quickly on that one.
Yeah, and this DCC defense knows that King loves to do these mid-tunnel screens and tunnel screens on the outside. Number 20 in blue, Cole Devukai, does a great job diagnosing this screen and breaks on it and gets around his blocker to make the play. Great job by number 20 in blue.
Bukai sets up another 3rd and long for the Crusaders. They got 4 wide. Knight's going to throw it. Got a man out there. Is it brought in? Was that a Super Bowl grab there? Was that a helmet catch? Incredible grab. There's Flem. We mentioned him earlier, the former quarterback. He is their Swiss Army knife. He does it all, and I think he just made an incredible grab. Over the top.
We talked about Andrew Knight can throw darts, and he threw a dart right there, right on the back of the defender's helmet, and his buddy Daryl Flemister comes down with the ball, his number 1 target. Great job by both of them being on the same page.
We're going to be seeing that one for a long time. New set of downs. Quarterback's going to keep it. Nowhere to go. Great job by that defense. How about Big Benny? Benny Azuka.
Yeah, and he's a force to be reckoned with. He's committed to go to Penn State for guard or center, but here he comes on defense, showing he's versatile and can do it all.
Incredible job so far this year. He's an ESPN 300 kid, one of the best linemen in the entire country. Big old strong kid as well, as we saw right there. How about a 500-pound squat?
That is not an easy thing to do.
He's got me beat by 10. How about this hole? Chris Massey on 1st down. Getting up near the stick. Going to set up 2nd and 2. Or 3rd and 2, I should say.
Yeah, and Coach talked about it all week. 2nd down. He wants to be able to run the ball. You're going to see this kick out right here, and then the pooler come around right there. And they do a great job on this power play. And they're able to spring their friend, number 22 in white, Chris Massey, free.
Yeah, Massey gets down to the 26. Needs to get to the 24. Early here in the 2nd quarter. Andrew Knight moving his fellas around. He's got everybody loaded on the right side. He's going to keep it. Looks like he got it. They're still pushing him. We got a joust in there at around the 25. Let's see if they pushed him far enough. They're going to mark the ball. Looks like right at the 25. Going to be 4th and, man, is that even a yard? I think it is. Crusaders going to go for it.
I would if I was them too. They got a big O-line they can lean on here to try and get this half yard.
Yeah, they got a bunch of big fellas. Smallest dude on the line is 6'2". They hand it off to Massey. He's got it. 1st down. Running by the Henry fellas, Jameer and Jordan. They pick up the 1st.
Yeah, and that's a great job up front from them getting a push. But I love how Chris Massey, number 22 in white, just hits the hole hard. He just hits it 1 cut and slices up to get the 1st down. He's not hesitating. He's not dancing. He's saying, hey, I'm getting this 1st down.
I got somewhere to be.
No matter what. Yes, absolutely.
Great job by Massey to pick up the 1st. Crusaders sitting just outside the red zone. Sling out there, difficult throw. Nearly picked off out there.
Yeah, and you don't see that from number 1, Deontay Ellington, too much. He's had a good season and played very well so far.
Number 22, Connor Ryan out there trying to pick that one off. Ellington couldn't bring it in. 2nd and 10 now. Just over 7 to play before the break. Four wide now for Knight. He's got a man on the slant. Brought in all the way down inside the 10. Great grab. Flem has really stepped up here.
Yeah, DCC brings pressure here, but King recognizes that. They know it's man coverage. He's going to come underneath and then set a kind of pick play. That is Daryl Flemingster coming underneath. That's a great man concept by the coaches there, and it springs their best receiver free, and they pick up the 1st down and get closer to the red zone, or end zone, rather.
Yes, sir.
First and goal to
We
Cedar.
saw Flem with the helmet catch. Now we see him just doing the basics. He's got his team inside the 10. Here comes Knight going to the other side this time. It is brought in down to the 5-yard line. Don Spillers, and that's a guy Coach told us, we got to get the ball in that guy's hands some more. They do right here.
Absolutely. And right here, you get this point in the red zone, you know you've struggled a little bit. I'm leaning on that big O line. Maybe running Andrew Knight a little bit, but you got to trust. You know, that's the strength right there, your big boys up front. You have most teams outsized, and you just got to get this in the end zone if you can.
They can take the lead with a touchdown here. Got a man in motion. That was a direct snap, kept it himself. I believe that's Willie Walker down there at the bottom. We'll see in a second. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, they do exactly that. They get into a little wildcat and try and get a big push up front. I think they gave him a little forward progress there, but it's going to end up being third down here.
Walker's staying out there, but he's coming up a little bit gimpy. You saw him hobbling around. But he is still out there, and he's going to stay in that wildcat. And he's going to keep it again, but he gets hammered. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, and it just looked like the snap was a little high and an operational issue with the motion maybe being early, and he just can't hit the hole fast enough, and that gives DCC the edge and allows them to penetrate the line and get in there to tackle number 21, Willie Walker.
And Willie's coming up real gimpy this time. He's moving, but he's working his way off the field right now after getting a couple of hits there. Here he is. As we get a good look at him, he has not stepped off the field yet, and now he finally does. He was fighting to stay out there.
Yeah, and this has got to be frustrating if you're Coach Patrick of King right now. You've gotten to the red zone, you've moved the ball and done a great job, and they have leaned on their offensive line, but it's just been a few miscues. You know, one cut here, maybe a snap there, and they're in the end zone. It's just one misstep.
And they're trying to run the ball, but again, without their big fella, Mr. Dukes, it's been trouble inside. Hey, football fans, the action doesn't stop after Friday Night Lights. Keep it rolling with the State Champs High School Sports Show. We cover all the sports every Saturday morning, 10:30 a.m. on WDIV Local 4. Yeah, you could tell, again, this is where they miss Michael Dukes. Rutgers recruit. He's a Big Ten running back. When you take him out, as well as these other guys do, when you're down in there in run situations, when they're packing the box, when they're packing the line, man, it's tough with the littler guys.
Absolutely, and even if there is maybe a slipped block or a missed block, those bigger guys can make up for it.
Here we go on 4th again and goal. They're throwing this time to the outside, but nowhere to go. Brought down. Josh Atiamo making the stop.
Yeah, and I really like this play call right here from King. They get Andrew Knight on the edge. It's a great motion to set him up and out-leverage the defense. And they do, but the throw is just a little behind him. And number 6 in blue, Joshua Atiamo, does a great job catching up to it and making them pay.
Yeah, DeAndre Williams could not get turned around in time. Hey, the Construction Association of Michigan provides a vast array of resources, services, information, and training to our diverse membership in Michigan's construction industry. Go to buildwithcam.com for more information. So CC takes over. There you see Duke blending in with the blue end zone. He's about a yard or two deep as they begin this drive. Hands it off. Maybe gets a yard or two on first before getting pushed back out to the 5-yard line, giving himself a little more room.
Boy, this has been a battle up front all day for both teams, and we knew that coming into this game. In the meetings with the coaches, both of them said, we need to control the line of scrimmage to win this game, and it's just a priority for both sides. It's been fun to watch so far.
Yeah, absolutely. The defensive end, the defensive lines have done a great job so far. Outside of that first drive where King led up the touchdown on 4 plays, they've really locked it down on that D-line.
Absolutely.
So here come the Shamrocks, 8-0 on the year. Once again, deep in their own territory. Handed off on the sweep. Still on his feet is Sam Gash. Brought down, and that's going to be a first down across the 15.
Yeah, and they get into a little wildcat look there. And they bring Samson Gash across on a jet sweep action. And it's a great push from the offensive line up front.
How about the vision?
And Samson Gash cuts right through all the funk and gets to the first down. Great job by him there.
Yeah, called him Sam on the last one. His father. We told you, it's all in the family here at CC. Guy's born to play football. His dad, Sam Gash, played 12 years, a 2-time Pro Bowler and coach in the NFL. And now his kid's out here doing it for CC. On first down, Duke Banton got a man out there, just out of the hands, but we have some flags on the field. Gideon Gash that time was who they were looking for deep.
Yeah, and they're playing man-to-man coverage across the board. Coach Patrick trusts his guys, but Gideon Gash, number 11 in blue, gets the best of his defender right here, and the ball's just a little bit outside. We talked about Gideon earlier in the game. That's one guy you have to cover and be aware of.
Yeah, he's a burner, no question about it. Hey, we have an injury update. Let's send down to Patty Cicerini.
Yeah, guys, number 21, Willie Walker for King. He was limping off that field. It's a left ankle injury. Trainer pushing, pulling on it. They went ahead and taped him up. He should be all good to go. Back up to you guys.
And that's good news for the King Crusaders because Willie has done some work so far. He's had a lot of big gains so far.
That penalty has been declined. It'll be second down.
Okay, so it will be second down. Chain hasn't moved. So here come the Shamrocks again. Duke Banta, the quarterback, looking for one of the Gash brothers on that last play. Down the sideline. He's going to throw it again. This time, bottom of your screen. It's brought in. Michael Dursa. He's going to get to about the 22. Nice pick up there on second. Going to set up third and short.
Yeah, and that's a great job by number 7 in blue, Duke Banta. Just recognizing this off coverage right here by Daryl Flemister, and he takes advantage of it, sees it pre-snap, takes his quick game footwork, and gets the ball out to number 10 in blue, Michael Dursa, who gets up the field and gets a good additional couple yards.
So they need to get to the 23. And we've got a flag as Samson Gash was in motion. Fellas in blue are clapping. That means it's going to go their way, and that's going to be a first down. It's a neutral zone infraction, so it'll be first down for the Shamrocks. Hey, power up your passion to a professional level by enrolling in one of the specs at LTU's one-year media arts certificate programs, broadcasting, digital media, and graphic design. Start today by logging on to ltu.edu/specs. Banta has a number of MAC schools looking at him. You can see why. He's now got 4 wide, empty backfield. Banta's going to throw over the middle. Got a man down there, but great job tipping that ball. Jaden Wyndham. The crowd in blue wanted an interference, but Wyndham says he got a hand on it.
Yeah, and Jaden Wyndham, a very talented safety. They go man-to-man coverage again, and he's going to have him coming right up the middle of the field, and he does a great job getting over the top and giving a little distraction, maybe even a tiny tip of the ball to break it up. Very talented player. Great job by Jaden Wyndham.
So it'll be second and 10 now. Shamrocks took a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. We have been scoreless since, as we are under 2 minutes to play here in the opening half. And we've got another whistle. Looks like we're going to get a timeout for King. As Coach Patrick came out, didn't like what he saw on second down.
We've seen a lot of man coverage from King, over the last series, and you wonder if you're DCC, if you see that, do you just let the Gash brothers go downfield and attack deep?
Do what you do.
And that's the question. If they recognize that, are they going to just start letting their horses fly?
Hey, let's flash it back to 2009, right here at Ford Field, when Detroit Catholic Central powered its way to a 31-21 victory over Sterling Heights Stevenson, capturing another state championship under legendary coach Tom Mack. The Shamrocks' dominant ground game led the charge that day. And hey, I got a fun fact for you. Current head coach Justin Cesante was on that coaching staff during that memorable title run. And you know what? Another fun fact, actually two of them. The Mack sons are on the coaching staff right now for Catholic Central. Here they come on second down. Banta, plenty of time, fires it out there, and it's picked off. Great grab by Flim. He's still on his feet. Flag is down, but he's going to take it all the way. Flemster takes it in. We will see what the flag is on the pick six.
Yeah, and King maybe have read my mind, because they go to zone coverage there with two high safeties, and it works out for him because Duke Banta tries to thread the needle.
Block in the back. But the interception stands. What a great grab coming up to pick that one off.
What a great grab by Daryl Flemingster. They go to zone with two high safeties, and Duke Banta recognizes this and tries to just dart it up to Samson Gash up the seam. But how about Daryl Flemingster, one of the best athletes on their team, makes a one-handed grab on the pick and dices upfield. It's unfortunate for the block in the back. What a great play by him.
We just talked about how Duke Banta has basically all the MAC schools looking at him. Don't count out Daryl. This kid has got Big Ten teams looking at him. Michigan, Michigan State, Ole Miss, Tennessee. He's got 21 offers. You saw why right there.
Absolutely. He's very versatile. And he played quarterback at one point too.
Right.
What can he do?
He's all over the field. No question about it. But you saw, hey, man, maybe we should move him out to receiver, put him out at the corner, because he's got some hands. And he showed him off right there. So King takes back over after our first turnover of the day. CC still with a 6-0 lead, but King's in business. Great field position after the pick. Knight got nowhere to go. He's brought down. Big 4-4. You've been talking about him all day. Jack Janda getting it done.
Yeah, and let's just enjoy Jack Janda being physical. Up front, he defeats his block, and he is relentless in his pursuit. Taking on a double team right here, getting through the blocks, and finishing the tackle and the sack on Andrew Knight. Great job by Jack Janda. Elite.
And you saw the athleticism there, not only breaking through the double team, how about the Superman dive to bring him down?
Boy, I love it. I love him as a player.
Move to the defensive side because they had a hole. He's a tight end by trade. He may now be a defensive end. We will see. Here we go on second down, trying to gain some of that lost yardage back. They get a couple, but not much.
Yeah, it's a good job by DCC's defense, forcing them into a 3rd and long here.
Brought down by Josh Peters.
We've got a whistle on the field. And we've got another timeout on the field with 25 seconds to play before the break. Well, King, we haven't seen too many big plays from them. They need one right now with only 25 ticks on the clock.
Absolutely, and considering it is a 3rd and 16, and you only have 25 seconds, that makes it very challenging. There's a couple things you can do here is go for that first down. or try and get to the sideline. We call it a line situation in colleges. Get past the first down line or get to the sideline. And they have one timeout left they can still use. They're going to have options here.
They got plenty of options. They got the ball at midfield. They're inching back toward that 50-yard line. But, yeah, it is 3rd and 16. They got a ways to go and not a lot of time to do it. If you're just joining us, thank you very much. So glad you can be here for the Prep Bowl on the State Champs Sports Network. Game Time Live, Ryan Slocum, Jack Tuttle, and Patty Cesarini with you. Detroit King trying to get on the board for the first time tonight, facing 3rd and 16. They keep it on the ground around the left side. Dancing all over the place, but nothing doing. Big Benny one more time for the loss of yardage.
Yeah, and they're going to just take this into half. What a play by Benny Izuka, number 75 in blue. This kid, a wrestler, playing offense, playing defense. Any college is going to get lucky to have this kid.
Great student as well. Apparently he had like a 4.8 at one point GPA. He's only got a 4.2 nowadays. How about that? Smart kid as well. His boys in blue, the Shamrocks of Detroit Catholic Central, scored on their first possession, and that would do it. They lead at 6-0 as we head into halftime. We will hear from Patty Cesarini in just 1 second. But your quick thoughts on the first half, Jack?
Yeah, it's been a very physical first half by both sides and both fronts. And you know, whoever wins the line of scrimmage in this next half is going to take away this game. Got to prevent any turnovers on both sides as well.
All right, let's head down to the sideline. Patty Cesarini is there with Coach.
Coach, your defense has been coming up with big stops right there in the red zone and then off the pick. But your offense got off to a quick start, 6-0 on the opening drive. How can you continue to just find ways to work past this King defense right now?
Yeah, we want to get back to our run game and just calm down a little bit, making some mistakes on 3rd and longs. We have to, even though our defense has done a good job, we have to get off the field and not let them have such big drives, sustaining drives the way that they have.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Back up to you guys.
Appreciate it, Patty. Catholic Central looking to go 9-0 in back-to-back seasons. We'll let you know if they could do it as we come back for the second half. It's right here on Game Time Live. We'll have it for you after this.
Hi, everybody, and welcome into another edition of the State Champs High School Sports Show right here on Local 4 WDIV, powered by Lawrence Technological University. I'm Patty Cesarini, and today I'm coming to you from Troy Athens High School, where 2 of the state's top 10 teams are clashing for a boys soccer regional championship. It's Troy and Troy Athens, one of the most anticipated rivalry matchups of the season, and you aren't going to want to miss it. It's win or go home. Meanwhile, Lorne Plant is in Saline, where Dearborn Etzel Ford takes on Ann Arbor Huron in a high-stakes regional matchup from opening week. I also made a stop at Harper Woods to profile the most prolific scoring machine in high school football right now. If you haven't been paying attention, now is the time. Plus, Grant Perry and Alan True are back with your latest recruiting fix in the pipeline. But first, it's the final week of high school football regular season, and several teams are hanging on by a thread. It's now or never. Here's Ryan Slocum with the hit list.
We begin with the defending Division V state champs, Notre Dame Prep, going on the road to take on Hudsonville Unity Christian. After starting the season 1-2, the Irish are rolling. They hand Unity Christian its first loss of the season. 34-25 is the final. Notre Dame Prep finishes the regular season winners of 6 straight. Next up, Sterling Heights Stevenson and Brother Rice. They've closed out the regular season against each other 2 years in a row. And how about Brother Rice? The Warriors were 2-4. Playoff hopes looking slim, but they've risen to the occasion, winning their final 3 games, including this one, 24-15 over Stevenson. At 5-4, Brother Rice has enough playoff points to clinch a spot in the D2 playoffs. Now to the Battle of South Lyon. The Lions taking on their rivals from South Lyon East. South Lyon looking to cap a perfect regular season, and they did just that. Tyler Newton, give me 2. Newton with a kickoff return for a touchdown and a rushing score as the Lions beat East 28-6. They are 9-0 heading into the D2 playoffs. Over to Harper Woods, they hosted Mason. This team is electric. You'll see more on them in just a few minutes. The Mr. Football candidate, Dakota Garant, double covered. You better bring 3. He goes up and grabs the tutty from Nate Rochlow. The Pioneers hang on to win 21-17 to cap their first perfect regular season in school history. Next, a top 20 showdown. Number 5 Grand Blanc on the road at number 17 Romeo. And this game delivered. Offensive fireworks all night long, but GB comes out on top. 40-36 is the final. The Bobcats finish the regular season a perfect 9-0. The reigning Division IV state champs also looking to stay undefeated. Goodrich could get it done with a win over Gladwin, and they did just that. Jacoby Legat was unstoppable, rushing for 212 yards with 4 trips to the crib, helping the Martians win the shootout 63-42. Downriver we go. Trenton entered at 4-4, needing a win to keep their season alive. The Trojans hosted Lincoln Park, and they got a huge night from QB A.J. Hawkins. 3 rushing touchdowns as Trenton wins 49-26 to improve to 5-4, right in the hunt for a playoff spot in Division III. Now to the KLAA championship game. For the second year in a row, it's Howell and Belleville. The Highlanders' ground game was dominant. Howell beats Belleville 57-36 to become back-to-back KLAA champs. And we'll wrap it up with the Battle of Birmingham, Groves and Seaholm. Wild finish in this one. Groves drives the field in the final minute. Lavelle Shannon to Carter Ladke for the game-winning score. The Falcons take down their rival in dramatic fashion, 21-14.
Harper Woods High School is home to one of Michigan football's most surprising stories. Tiny roster, big-time ambition, with 8 straight wins and major regional victories, making a national ranking push. This program is rewriting what small school programs can really do. They're always chasing greatness.
Gotta get to work.
In a state full of giants, it's the small school from Harper Woods that's rewriting the rules of power football. Champions in 2023, but heartbroken in 2024. And now every rep, every snap, every score is Harper Woods' revenge tour.
Last year, we felt like we underachieved. With the amount of talent we had returning and the chemistry on that team, we felt like on that Saturday afternoon, we was not the best football team on the field.
It filled us a lot. That was my first time losing to them, and they had beat them in the semis the year they won the state championship. And my first year coming, losing to them was kind of hurtful.
With just 9 seniors on the roster, Harper Woods has shocked the state, leading the entire MHSAA in playoff points.
This was the rebuild year. This is the year that we were supposed to take our lumps and get ready for next year. So they decided that our time is now.
At the heart of it all is 5-star standout Dakota Garant, an uncommitted junior lighting up the scoreboards with over 20 touchdowns, gunning for 42. Balancing books, ball, and big-time college visits, his secret weapon is discipline.
I try to start by doing my schoolwork in school, so while I'm here in school, I try to lock in and do as much work as I can. Then Fridays, don't do no work. We got to be locked in for the game. But then Saturdays, I try to see what I can do, and then Sunday, probably do a little more homework, watch a little more film. But I just try to keep it all, don't overwhelm myself with the college stuff, and just make sure I can keep my grades good so I can play football.
And the one teeing him up, that's his close friend, Nate Rochlow, the Canadian kid who's been crossing borders his whole life for a shot at the big stage and a chance to chase his next level dreams.
My guy, been with me For as long as he family, you know, he's like my brother, cousin, a little bit of everything. So just been grinding with him ever since he's been here.
I've been training over here since I was 7 years old. So really, I knew I had to come over here if I wanted to get more opportunities and all that. And I knew someone in Canada that knew Coach Oden, and that kind of how it got me over here and settled in the Harper Woods.
And they're not slowing down. Harper Woods is taking on Division I heavyweights and making it clear
We play divisionless football. To us, if you can play, regardless of level of competition. And that's our goal, just to prove to others, the non-believers we call them, that we can play the game at a high level versus anybody on a Friday night.
Harper Woods has everything it takes to win it all. Now it's about finishing what they started. I'm Patty Cesarini for State Champs.
Hey, what's up, State Champs Nation? It's your boy Lauren Plant here to let you know we're having great conversations online as it relates to the State Champs Mr. Football and Amble Award segment presented by Hungry Howie's Pizza. And each and every week we are getting knee-deep in discussions on our guys who are in the top 10. When it comes to the State Champs Amble Award, I have those combos with the Michigan High School Coaches Hall of Famer Tim Beckler. Tim, who are we talking about this week?
We've got another big fish in a small pond. Eli Bickle, a big guard from North Branch High School.
So we filmed this tease over a couple of days, and it's Michigan, right? So give it a minute, the weather will change. But Sean Belizean is here, and Sean, we've got another playmaker in the Mr. Football conversation this week, a two-way star who's committed to the Big Ten and is making an impact on every snap. Who are we talking about?
Vidi from Dearborn Divine Child. He's heading to Iowa. This is a guy, he runs the ball, he catches the ball. He's a force in the defensive backfield. Keep an eye on this young man.
Great stuff, Sean. Now, here's where the votes stand right now, ladies and gentlemen, in the Mr. Football race. 10th ranked Davison quarterback Jackson Dosh holds the top spot, but there's a tight race behind him. Detroit Catholic Central's Samson Gash and East Kentwood's Cade Kaufman are separated by only about 3%. On the Amble side, Freeland's Tristan Comer continues to surge, while Cass Tech's Khalif Kante is closing fast, just 2% back. Remember, both fields freeze Monday, November 10th at noon Eastern, so keep those votes coming at statechampsnetwork.com. Hey, it's recruiting season, and another edition of The Pipeline is next, but it's also pizza eating season. Whether you're settling in for your favorite football event, high school, college, or pro, make it Hungry Howie's. During October's Love, Hope, and Pizza campaign, every pizza you buy helps the National Breast Cancer Foundation. State Champs will be back in a minute.
In a world where the magic of movies transports us to new realms, there exists a place where curiosity takes flight. Lawrence Technological University, where curiosity isn't just encouraged, it's celebrated. Here, minds ignite and dreams take shape, where innovation isn't just a buzzword, it's a way of life. Explore the magic of discovery. Experience the wonder of Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
What's more authentic than a Hungry Howie's Detroit-style pizza? Nothing. We're not playing around with the pizza of our birthplace. Thick crust, cheese to the edge, sauce on the top. Where it belongs. We've seen a lot of fakes out there. Not here. This is authentic Detroit-style pizza. Order yours now online for $12.99. We sauce the top and rep for the 313 everywhere. We do bold.
Hungry
Howie's.
I'm Chris Gorski, and you know what time it is. Let's run it back with a jam-packed week of high school sports action. We kick things off on the pitch. On the west side, Portage Central and East Kentwood gave us a Division I thriller. Tied at 1, heading to overtime, and then cue the clutch Gene, sophomore Carter Syme game winner for Portage, D2 won the final. The Mustangs punched their ticket to the state semis where they'll meet Clarkston. Now to D4. Lansing Christian and Clarkston Everest clashed at Royal Oak Shrine, and it was the Owen Andrews show. The junior nets a natural hat trick in the first half. Pilgrims cruise to a 4-0 shutout, and they're dancing into the semifinals against Liggett. Back to D1, the Battle of Troy, Athens versus Troy for regional glory. Late in the match, Troy down 2-1. They empty the net for one last push, but Athens' Costa Amili fires from 50 yards. Bullseye, it's the dagger. Redhawks win 3-1 and hoist the hardware. Let's head indoors for volleyball highlights. Marysville taking on Grosse Pointe North in a MAC White showdown. All Vikings everything, Marysville dominates in a 3-set sweep, staying undefeated and sitting solo atop the MAC White. Let's send it over to Robbie Elliott with more from a busy week in fall sports finals.
Thanks, Chris. Over on the links, the girls' golf state finals brought storylines from every division. In D4, North Point Christian makes history, capturing his first ever state title by just one stroke over Lansing Catholic. That's clutch under pressure. D3, Grand Rapids Catholic Central, the Cougars win their third straight crown, led by Kelsey Preston, who finished third individually, a dynasty in the making. In D2 at Battle Creek, the Dexter Drodnauts live up to the hype, ranked number 1 all year, and they deliver. Avery Manning finishes third overall, her sister Maddie right behind in the top 10, and Dexter brings home its first state title. And in D1, it's all Northville. The Mustangs gallop to a 29-shot win. 3 golfers in the top 10. That's 6 state titles since 2018. Mustangs still running wild.
Let's close it out on the courts. Boys tennis wrapping up state finals across Michigan. In D1, Troy returns to the top, snaking its first championship in 4 years. In D4, Grosse Pointe Woods Liggett keeps the legacy alive, winning its 5th title in the last decade. And in D2, after 2 years as runners-up, Birmingham Seaholm finally breaks through. The Maples lift the trophy for the first time ever. D3 wraps up this weekend, and yes, we'll have those highlights next week. And hey, our state champs at the state final show start rolling out next week, and you do not want to miss them. Follow at State Champs Mish for wall-to-wall coverage of every playoff moment. I'm Chris Gorski, and that's how you run it back.
Hello, and welcome to another segment of The Pipeline, where we bring you the recruit report from around the state of Michigan. And we got a good list of candidates here today to talk about. Let's start in West Bloomfield. We have a prospect. He's a big kid, offensive tackle, was committed somewhere. Where's he going, and where's he decommitting from?
Yeah, Travis Robertson from West Bloomfield, as you mentioned, 6'6", 322 pounds. He was committed to Bowling Green, who does a great job recruiting the state of Michigan.
Welcome back to Game Time Live, Prep Bowl 53 here at Ford Field. It's your main event showcase game. Detroit Catholic Central looking to finish 9-0. They have a 6-0 lead over Detroit King. Thank you so much for being here with us on the State Champs Sports Network. My name is Ryan Slocum, alongside former Michigan quarterback Jack Tuttle, and Patty Cesarini is down on the sideline. Jack, CC looked like a monster on that opening drive. 4 plays marched down the field, huge strikes. They wasted no time, but that's been the only scoring we've had. King has stepped up on that defensive line and slowed down the Shamrocks. We have King's coach on the sideline right now with Patty.
Coach, as you guys look to get some more offensive production, how do you plan to attack this CC defense in the second half?
Well, I don't think it's the plan. We're moving the ball up and down the field. We have to finish drives in the red zone. Kind of the same demons we had last week, but we got to exercise them in the second half.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Back up to you guys.
Appreciate it, Patty. Jack, that's what we've been talking about all day long. You know, their main running back, Michael Dukes, missing his 6th straight game, and you can tell when they get down in there, their smaller backs can't quite punch it across.
Yeah, and he mentioned they had the same issue last week, and they did. They've tried throwing the ball, running the ball, and they just have to figure it out together, and they're going to be looking to do that in the second half. They have to finish in the red zone here, and
They have the athletes. They are flying
They do
around.
have the athletes. They do. And
that's one of them right there, the quarterback, Andrew Knight.
And they got that big line up front, but you got to remember they do have this star quarterback, Andrew Knight. The question is, do they let him start airing it out a little bit more, or do they still grind down DCC's defensive line and try and pound the rock?
Yeah, Detroit King comes in. They've had all sorts of success, and Coach Patrick will tell you about it. He's like, hey, man, I've lifted a few trophies at Ford Field, but not in the past couple of years. 3 straight losses here at Ford Field, including last week in the public school championship game. Cass Tech gets them for the second time this season, 35-19. They have lost 3 straight on this field. They're looking to exercise the demons and end that streak. They're going to get a chance right here because they are going to get the opening kickoff here, quarter number 3. Good look there at the fellas from 3,200. The King Crusaders looking to get back to Ford Field here in Division 3. The kick is away, and that is a boot through the end zone, and King will pick it up at the 20-yard line. Jack, Coach talked about it. Hey, we're moving the ball up and down the field. What have you liked out of them? Knight's been hitting all sorts of guys. He's spreading that ball around.
Yeah, he is, and they've been spreading it around on the perimeter with the quick bubble screen throws. They've been trying to attack with the running backs and their big O line, but they found their most effective drive when Andrew Knight and Daryl Flemister hooked up on that crazy play. You'd think maybe they'd take those guys off the leash here and let them go.
Absolutely. We saw a Super Bowl helmet catch. Flemister going up and over to bring it in for a huge gain. Here we go on first down. They keep it on the ground. Number 22, Chris Massey, picking up about 5 yards. He's at about the 25. Massey's out there. We saw Willie Walker as well. He did a lot of damage in the first quarter, but he went out with a bum leg. They taped it up. We should be seeing him again here in the second half. Gain of 5 on first. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 upstairs. They're going upstairs, and that's going to be a first down. How about the spin? Got out of there. That was Flemister, but he did the splits as he hit the ground, and he is still down.
Yeah, we're hoping he's okay. But they love to do this. They love to bring in the extra D lineman, and that is number 0, Richard Stewart, who's really a defensive lineman. They get into an extra lineman package. They throw the ball, a little RPO, and they hit Daryl Flemister. We talked about it. Those 2 guys have been on the same page and been playing really well. You want to keep them doing that.
Yeah, Flemister is up, and he is off the field. We hope to see him again here pretty quick. You saw it on the replay. That is not a friendly position to be in when hitting the ground, but he did move the chains. Here we go on first. They run it up the gut. Pickup of just a couple. And there you see Big Zero there on top of his man, Chris Massey, who is at the bottom of that pile after a pickup of 2. Find the inches is what Coach Patrick talked about. And as you just heard him here at halftime, didn't find them in the first half. The Crusaders hoping to do it here in the second. 10-20 to play here in the third. Just getting kicked off in the second half. DeAndre Williams in motion. Ball goes to the opposite side. And once again, that is Chris Massey. Pickup of just a couple again. Going to set up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and they stayed in this extra lineman package here. You see number 0, Richard Stewart, still in. And they are just trying to pound the rock right now. Number 54 in white comes across and seals the edge there and allows for a couple extra yards for number 22.
That's big
Chris
Jameer
Massey.
Henry, the big junior, 6'5", 315. He's another guy that's got all these D1 schools. Michigan, Michigan State, Ole Miss. How about USC has offered the big fella as well. Vandy having a pretty good season so far. He could be heading to Nashville or to Knoxville. All those schools have offered the big fella, Jameer Henry.
Yeah, it looked like they had 12 players on the field there. I wonder, it's definitely why they took the timeout. Some type of miscommunication there.
Well, with high school sports back in action, we ask you to pull those phones out and capture the big moments on the field. Send us your clips at statechampsnetwork.com/fanvision, or you can send it to our social media channels via DMs. Jack, just go out there, slide right in, right? Send us your clips.
Exactly right.
Andrew Knight in the offense, looking to stay on the field. He's got 3 receivers to the top of your screen. He's going to run it. He's got a hole, and he's right there at the line. The official waving his arms, and they are moving those chains. He just got it, first down.
Yeah, and it's going to really close, but when you get into these third and short situations, they go to an unbalanced formation, bring in the extra blocker, and you want to go to quarterback run because you gain an extra blocker in the running game. Great job by number 8, White. And that is their tight end, Christian Wheeler.
Wheeler, a guy we haven't said his name yet, another big part of this team. Knight's throwing it this time, going down the sideline. Got a man out there, but out of bounds. Gideon Gash in coverage.
That's a great job on him by this play, just holding his water and not getting faked out by this pump bubble right there, that fake screen. Gideon Gash keeping a ceiling on the coverage and making a huge play right here, boxing him out and ensuring that ball goes out of bounds.
Looking for Deontay Ellington. Ellington had a big start to this game. Looking for the big play there. Didn't get it. Going to be 2nd and 10. Here's Knight. Firing, looks like he got knocked down at the line. Looked like he was going over the middle there, but that ball had no chance. Gets knocked down right away.
Yeah, and I love the coverage. I love the coverage beater run by King here in this route combo. He's going to run a curl here, and it's a great concept and a great read by the quarterback. He's open, but the ball just gets tipped at the line. Great job up front by the DCC defensive line, getting their hands up and deflecting the pass.
So it will now be 3rd and long. King Crusaders on the wrong side of the field. They've got to get over there to the 44. Here's Knight. He's got time. He's got a man out there, but he's short of the sticks. Going to be brought in by Flemster. Good to see him back out there, but he is short of the first down.
What a
catch.
They
decide to do.
What a catch by Daryl Flemister. They're one-on-one out here. Him and Gideon Gash, best on best. And they just run a dropout route, and Andrew Knight puts it right on the money. Great job coming back down his stem by Daryl Flemister, and way to seal it and get the catch. It's going to be 4th and short here.
2 yards to go. We've seen King do this a couple of times today, going for it on 4th. Looking for another conversion. On the ground, it's the quarterback keeping it again. He is wrapped up and hammered home, but he did pick up that first.
Yeah, and we saw this before on the last conversion. They're going to an option quarterback run type play, and he is going to take this. He's reading this end right here. He goes out with the running back, so he pulls the ball and knifes up the field, just getting under his teammate, number 54 in white, Jameer Henry. Does a great job getting the first down, protecting the ball. That's a big hit. He took one for his team to get the first down.
He sure did. Atiemo almost had him before he reached that stick, but a great job by Knight. Couple of times now on this drive, picking up the first with his legs. Here he is again. Got a man in the backfield. 3 receivers up top. They're going to the bottom. And this is a big-time play by the D. They're going to love that. Gang tackled by everybody coming in there and knocking them back.
Yeah, they try and run a gap scheme here. They're going to have 2 pullers. This is just a counter play. And we're going to see a great edge by number 22 in blue.
Connor Ryan.
Connor Ryan, the senior, stepping up, forcing the edge and getting the tackle. for loss for DCC.
Connor Ryan's got a couple of tackles for loss on the year. Came in with 40 tackles overall. The senior from South Lyon, knocking them back. 2nd and 13. Flemster keeping it again, but again, nowhere to go. Brought down one more time.
Man, they're just trying to pound the rock right now and use the running game and their big offensive linemen to their advantage, but DCC's doing a great job to counter that right now.
Luke Jaden getting in there. The junior from Commerce says you aren't going anywhere. Just a gain of 1. Going to be 3rd and long one more time. 3rd and 12 this time. SCC defense holding up pretty well. See what they do on 3rd. Massey in motion. He's going to throw it out there to him. Massey splits those 2 defenders, gets up to the 40.
And that's another great play by number 22 in blue, Connor Ryan, the senior stepping up. They're going to motion this running back out and put him on a swing, and they're going to have some routes threatening vertical downfield. Andrew Knight doesn't like what he sees, so he checks it down to the running back, and a great tackle by number 22 in blue just to ensure they go into a 4th down situation.
4th down conversions have been their friend for King so far, but this time they got a ways to go. 4th and 8. They are at the 40. Trying to get on the board for the first time today. Knight's got a man in motion. It's Massey again, and he is hit, but stays on his feet. Not this time. That is a huge sack on 4th down. Atiamo doing work.
And they run the exact same play they did last time. And last play, he's going to send him out to the flat again and have some vertical routes going up the seams. But they recognize it on defense. And Atiamo gets there, and Bartolucci, number 77 in blue, finishes it off for a sack. What a great play by this defense, and what a stand.
And that was on 4th down. Now you want to talk about a change in field position. You had the ball at the 40, and now you're at the 44 on the other end. Just a massive loss on 4th.
And that's a massive change in momentum there.
Absolutely. Now it's CC taking over in good field position. Looking to get on the board, extend their lead. Duke Banta, he's rolling right. He's still got it, and he's just going to take it out of bounds. Got back to the line of scrimmage. No harm, no foul there for Duke. He had nothing downfield.
Don't make a bad play worse, and it's a good job by Duke Banta there.
Well, at Lawrence Technological University, your vision of competing in scholarship-level collegiate athletics can be your reality. LTU offers varsity sports for men and women while studying for a world-class undergraduate degree. Scholarships are available. Go to LTURecruitYourself.com.
Yeah, you'll often see DCC looking to the sideline to get it checked. They're looking at that defense to get into a better play.
Duke's got it. They're coming after him, though. He gets out of trouble. He's got a little bit of room. But again, he's going to tuck it. He's hit near the sideline. No flag there. He picks up a couple. Once again, this time they came after him, but he had nothing.
Yeah, when you watch Duke Banta's film, number 7 in blue right here, you love, he can improvise, he steps up in the pocket, he's not afraid of it, and he doesn't take sacks, gets around it, and makes a positive out of a negative situation. Great job by him avoiding any sacks or negative plays there.
He got pushed out of bounds there by Don Spillers, the junior. As Duke goes back to the wristband as he gets the play. Banta's throwing. He's looking down the sideline. We have a flag out there.
And that's going to be a hold on the defense, but wow.
And I believe Gash brought it in. He stayed with it despite the flag. He's got it all the way down there at the 2-yard line. Gideon Gash brings it in.
And they go man-to-man coverage again on Gideon Gash. Down here at the bottom of the screen, you're going to see this matchup right here. Duke Banta recognizes this, the quarterback, and puts the ball up. He's going to get held, and that's what the flag is. But how about Gideon Gash going up and making a play? Wow. Elite.
Incredible grab. In midair, it's got the hands out there. You could freeze frame that sucker. It drops right in the bucket down to the 2 instead of a 15-yard penalty. The Shamrocks are all the way down to the 2-yard line, and they've got a great chance to extend their lead right here. Banta with the empty backfield. Here comes Samson Gash. Duke keeps it. Stumbles a little bit, stays on his feet, gets inside the pylon. That's a touchdown for the Shamrocks. And once again, it's Joshua Peters taking it in. We saw it earlier in the game when they were down there, the goal line package. They bring in Peters to take it. This time, he found the crib.
Yeah, and they do that a lot of the times, and on the goal line, they go into this Wildcat formation to gain an extra blocker in the run game. And they use Samson Gash as a little eye candy across the formation, and they go the opposite way. Great job by number 12 in blue, Josh Peters, following his blocks and getting into the end zone for a score.
And it looked like he was in trouble there for a second, but he just kept bouncing it outside and got inside the pylon. 12-0 CC, and here they're now going for 2. Peters again takes the direct snap. This time he does hand it off to Gash, but he is brought down short. So once again, King's defense stands tall as we take another look at this one on the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, they're going to do the Wildcat formation again, and Samson Gash is going to come across the formation, and they're going to give him the jet sweep here. But King is not fooled. They do a great job setting – here's
the touchdown. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
We're going to bounce outside here with number 12 in blue, and that's going to be Josh Peters. Does a great job finding the end zone.
Well, you said it, though. They faked him out, going to Samson. Why wouldn't you pay more attention to him? Great play by the CC coaching staff.
Absolutely.
The 100-meter dash champion, the greatest of all time. You better be paying attention to him. That allows Peters to go the other way.
Absolutely. I might have done that again. Because the 2-point with Gash, they were all eyes. They were locked on it.
And then on the 2-pointer, it was the exact opposite. They stop him. So a great job there by King, though. They do give up 6 more, but it's just a 12-0 game as opposed to a 14-0 game. Will the Crusaders be able to respond? .341 to play here in the third. Been a great game so far in the nightcap of a great day of football here at Ford Field. Prep Bowl 53. Kick is away. This one's going to be short of the goal line. Brought in at the 5. Dragged down before he hits the 20. Tried to break free there, but couldn't get loose. They're going to mark it about the 19. That's where the Crusaders will start their drive, looking to find the end zone for the first time today.
Yeah, and they tried pounding the rock last drive, and it was effective somewhat, but they can't get into these 3rd and long situations.
That's been the trouble so far for sure. Hey, there's always help wanted when it comes to high school game officials. Every year, over 1,000 new officials are needed. Officiating is a great way to stay in shape, stay close to the game, and a whole lot more. Log on to MHSAA.com for more information on becoming an official. Andrew Knight, the senior, Illinois State commit. He's going to keep it on first. Fakes the handoff, takes it around the left side. Gets to the 24. That's going to be a gain of 5 on first down.
Yeah, and they love moving their big offensive line. They're very athletic. They're going to move it and put them on a quarterback counter right here. And Andrew Knight does a good job just following his blockers and getting vertical upfield to stay on track on first down, put him in a manual second down.
Christian Moore leading the way there on the block, freeing up Knight a little bit. This time they do hand it off. Burst of speed, gets up to the first down, up to the 30. That will be a first, needed to get to the 29. And that's first down. Marion Stewart, the sophomore, getting it done. CC allowing them to move the chains a little bit, but the Crusaders just can't get over that hump. That's why they are in a 12-0 hole here late in the third. 2:30 to play. Hand off to the right side. No room to go, just a yard gain. Once again, double deuce, Chris Massey with the ball.
And that's a great play. King's going to give him a little eye candy with the motion coming across the formation. And they're going to fake the jet sweep and go to the inside zone counter play. And number 32 in blue does a great job. That's Luke Jaden, and stuffing it up and putting them into a second and long.
Ball's just across the 30. 3 receivers, bottom of your screen. Knight slings it out there to Massey. He's got some room to move, tries to cut back inside, but he's brought down. Great job, Cole DeVukai, getting it done, grabbing that ankle and bringing him down.
Yeah, Coach Sassante of DCC talked about this week. We need to tackle and tackle well, and that is a great job. This is an open field tackle. He's got plenty of room. And number 20 in blue does a great job. Cole Debukai finishing the tackle and forcing a third down.
Once again, Crusaders facing a third and 5. Here's Knight. He's going to run it. He's got room one more time. Man, look at him move. Great speed. Picks up the first and is brought down. But yeah, not before a big gain. Once again, they're moving those chains.
Yeah, and some people were calling out in this for this hold right there. But how about Andrew Knight getting around the edge and making a play with his feet? We talked about it earlier in the game. He has the ability to do that, and he improvises great and picks up a first down for his team right there.
Brought down by Luka Genrich. Good open field tackle by him to stop that good run by Andrew Knight. Deuce, the Illinois State commit. Man in motion one more time. Hands it off. Great hole, and it stays on his feet. That's Massey, and he is right up there near the stick.
Yeah, and they keep running these power plays. You're going to see these pullers in your screen right here. They're having success finding some eye candy, and they're using both those guys. And Massey following his blockers. Great job by number 50 in white too, Deshaun Wheeler. They're finding success in these gap scheme plays, the counters, the powers, the QB runs, and they're trying to control the line of scrimmage.
Deshaun Wheeler, another big-time player, heading to the national champs at Ferris State. But we are done with the third quarter as the clock strikes 0. 12-0. CC has the lead. We'll have the fourth quarter right after this.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
What's more authentic than a Hungry Howie's Detroit-style pizza? Nothing. We're not playing around with the pizza of our birthplace. Thick crust, cheese to the edge, sauce on the top. Where it belongs. We've seen a lot of fakes out there. Not here. This is authentic Detroit-style pizza. Order yours now online for $12.99. We sauce the top and rep for the 313 everywhere. We do bold.
Hungry?
Howie's!
I'm Dave Peabody with Legacy Partners Insurance.
And I'm Debbie Stroh, your local Medicare expert, here to make your Medicare journey less confusing.
And best of all, our services are completely free. Visit us online today at legacypartnersins.com.
This is Detroit Lions coach Dan Campbell, and this is attorney Mark Bernstein. Both of these men are respected, but only one of them can get you money after an accident.
That's the Bernstein advantage.
1-800-CALL-SAM.
Welcome back into State Champs Game Time Live, and this Catholic Central defense just continues to dominate, and they're led by Benny Azuka, the 4-year starter, who also leads both the offensive and defensive line. And after talking with Coach Sassante, he said he is like the dancing bear man. He has great feet, great hips, good movement, and how he gets to where he goes, it is like poetry in motion. The last thing he told me is that he is one of the most special young men that we have ever had in this program. Back up to you guys.
Good hips, good feet, dancing bear. Doesn't sound too physical, but it is physical, and this has been a physical game so far.
Absolutely. We knew it coming in as well.
Here we go. Ah, man. That was Knight looking to get down. He slid right near the chains. He's absolutely crushed.
Yeah,
we got a CC man down on the field.
There's a sandwich there, sandwich tackle. Not fun to be on either party of that kind of tackle there.
So we'll go wide here as we have an injury on the field. He is up, though. It looks like he's all right. He's coming off the field, jogging off. Good to see. And it will be third down. Knight slid just before he got to the stick. So it'll be third and less than a yard.
You have to expect they're going to run the ball right here and maybe bring in an extra lineman.
You know, we talked about it, both coaches, the dancing bear and how physical this was going to be. Coach Sassante said, hey, man, this is going to be a street fight.
Yep.
And it has been so far. We'll see if King can get those inches right here on third and an inch from the 45. Hands it off. Massey's got it. He's got a lot more. He's on his feet. He stumbles his way down to the 35. King picks up the first.
Call it right. They bring in an extra lineman and a fullback, and they deliver. They push them back on the offensive line. And how about number 22 in white, though, Chris Massey, bouncing it to the outside and getting a nice run going for his team in a conversion.
He stepped up huge so far all year, actually. All the backs have. As we said off the top, their main man, the Rutgers recruit, Michael Dukes, just couldn't make it during the game today. He is running at full speed, but not quite ready to come out. Here we go on first. It's Knight scrambling, kept it himself, finally dragged down though. Jack Janda got him.
And how about Jack Janda? Andrew Knight, the quarterback for King, has been tearing them up with his feet, and here comes Jack Janda saying, no, that's not gonna happen this time. There he is. He's running all over the field, defeating blocks, reaching for him, going for that ball. Does a great job preventing another big quarterback scramble. Nice job by Jack Janda.
Jack Janda, dad was a captain here at CC back in the day. This is Knight keeping it himself, and how about it? We've talked about the slide right out of the gate. Here he is again, picking up about 7 and then slide to the turf.
And that's a great block by number 58 in white, Christian Moore. He's going to come across the formation right here, and he is going to block this next level backer. And Andrew Knight recognizes that and goes underneath him. That's a great pickup on second down to get into a third and short to medium.
He saw Janda standing right there, and he went to the ground, but it's a smart move. Sets up third and manageable. They're inside the 30, got 4 yards to go. He fires it. He's got the first, and it's down inside the 20 once again. Daryl Flemister getting it done when they need it.
Yeah, and the connection continues here. Andrew Knight and Daryl Flemister do a great job connecting on this. They're in single high coverage. He's going to run a glance route right here. and Andrew Knight recognizes this and just buries it on him. Great job by the two of them being on the same page.
King tried to go tempo there, and we got a timeout. CC saw they were going tempo. They called TO. Slow down King, but here we go. King back inside the red zone. This is what has been their Achilles heel past couple of weeks. Let's see if they can finally punch one in. Hey, want to let you know that Hungry Howie's is a great partner of the State Champs Network's Mr. Football and Anvil Awards. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. Order your pizza at hungryhowies.com. What would you like to see, Jack? Obviously, King would like to see a touchdown. What would you like to see? What do they got to do to punch it in, which they haven't been able to do the past couple of weeks?
You know, you have to lean on your best players in these situations. One, Darryl Flemister. Two, they've been running the ball well with their quarterback, Andrew Knight, and your big offensive line. Either option, but you have to lean on your best players in critical situations.
And they've got plenty of room at the 19. They are throwing it. Looking over the middle. That's who they were going for. It was tipped, nearly picked off. They can't believe that it couldn't bring it in. Just dropped out there after the tip.
And that's just a dangerous play right here. You're going to see an in route right here. And it switch verticals, and he tries to put it in there. But that's great coverage by who other than Samson Gash, and they just couldn't pull down the ball right there.
Aiden Kersey, yeah, and he knew it too. Would have been a difficult play. He was at a difficult angle, but he couldn't bring it in. So it's now 2nd and 19, and 10 from the 19. Crusaders can get a first, got to get it inside the 10. Man in motion. Knight gonna run it, still on his feet, got plenty of room, doesn't slide this time. He gets down in there. He is right at the chain, and they are gonna move it. It's gonna be 1st and goal.
And let me tell you, this is a big time play by their quarterback, Andrew Knight, because DCC shows standing 7 pressure, but Andrew Knight doesn't panic. He gets into his drop, recognizes this, steps up in the pocket, and shoots up for a big gain in the red zone. And we talked about it. They have to lean on their best players in these circumstances, and Andrew Knight is delivering.
And how about the wheels there? He did not have a lot of room when he came through that line. And then when guys were coming after him, he was dodging them, man. He made them miss. Hey, more state title history from Detroit King. We flash back to the 2015 Division II final where Donnie Corley came through right there. That's the walk-off touchdown, lifting King to the thrilling 40-38 victory over Lowell. Corley went on to win our Mr. Football Award that year, and he still ranks among the best ever in state finals history. That was quite a party at 3,200 after that one. Incredible play. Final play of the game to win the state championship. We have a flag on the field on 1st down.
And this is going to help King out a little bit more.
Yeah, neutral zone infraction. So they're at about the 9. They're getting 5 out of that one. And now, Jack, here you are. You're inside the 5. You got to find the paint.
You got to find the paint. They got to break this streak of bad red zone trips. They got to put it in here.
Massey in the backfield, along with Knight, who's looking to the sideline. He's got 4 receivers out there. Massey behind him. He's throwing. Got a man, and it is knocked down. Samson Gash there on coverage.
Yeah, and they bring back the standing up D-line and bring up guys to the line. They're going to bring pressure here and cover 0. And guess what? They go for Darryl Flemister on the man concept right there, but he gets a hand on it. I believe that was Big Benny Azuka. Gets a hand on it, and it turns into an incomplete. Great job by the D-line putting their hands up.
So now they load them up. Let's see what Coach Patrick has in store. They're trying to push their way in there, but no. Henry gonna come up short, gets it to maybe the 3.
Yeah, we've seen these compact formations from them in the red zone. They just spread it out the play before. Maybe get into one of those wider formations and then try and run with Andrew Knight. The box just seems really heavy right now, and it's, DCC's doing a great job defending this heavy run game.
Now 3rd and goal. Davukai in there for the last tackle. Once again, King loads it up. Quarterback keeps it, and he is in there. That's going to be a touchdown. Finally, they get into the red zone and get it done. King is on the board.
And they kind of give DCC a taste of their own medicine here because they get into a similar formation that DCC would run. They're going to get into this 3-back set here. We saw it earlier in the game, and DCC ran it for an explosive. And Andrew Knight fakes it and then keeps it and then finds a way to the end zone. A huge trip for his team and a must score right there. Great job by Andrew Knight, one of their best players.
Deuce picks up 6. It's now 12-6. And it looks like King is going for 2 out here. Everybody bunched on the right. Here comes Knight again, up the middle. He doesn't have enough this time, though. There's a blue wave that just came at him and knocked him down.
Great job by Benny Izuka up front, being stout, holding him, and forcing them into a 6-point lead now.
6-point lead, 12-6. Here in the showcase game at Ford Field. It's Prep Bowl 53. And we've got a great one for you. Hey, the Construction Association of Michigan provides a vast array of resources, services, information, and training to our diverse membership in Michigan's construction industry. Go to buildwithcam.com. You can pick up more information. Cheerleaders are loving it. The Crusaders are on the board for the first time with 7:27 to play in this one. If you're just joining us, thank you so much. Ryan Slocum alongside Jack Tuttle and Patty Cesarini. So glad to be here for you and with you at Prep Bowl 53. Detroit Catholic Central looking to go back-to-back 9-0 in the regular season. They won this game a year ago against King, 23-7. They lead the all-time series 6-1, looking to add to it. And how about the big fella out there giving it a boot?
Deshaun Wheeler giving it a boot.
A line drive shot and a good return. Going to be at about the 40-yard line. And that's where CC will begin. Hey, the high school hockey season is fast approaching in Detroit Catholic Central. The Shamrocks are the 6-time defending Division I state champs. Their most recent title came back in March with a win over Howell at the USA Hockey Arena. Guess what? Those two teams meet again November 13th. You know state champs will be there for all the action. Great shot there of the champions. CC doing it at every level on the football field, hockey field as well. Here they come on first down. Bounce to the right, and there's plenty of room. First down again, that is Cedric Williams. Ced, the facilitator there, picking up the first.
And this is imperative that DCC is able to run the ball and control the game right now. They run this power play, and they give it to Cedric Williams. Look at this block out here by Samson Gash, who continues to strain and allows this run to spring free to the outside. He can not only catch the football for touchdowns, but he can be physical and block too.
I know you as a quarterback, you love those receivers that can do that, can't you?
Absolutely.
Here we go, first down, just short of the 50. Duke Banton hands it off, but nothing this time. Absolutely leveled. That was Jaden Wyndham coming in like a rocket to make the tackle.
Yeah, the Cincinnati commit comes in and says, you're not going to run this game down. I'm going to give my offense another chance. He flies in here and makes a beautiful play, sheds the block, and finishes Credit to number 0 on white as well, Richard Stewart, for getting the first half of that tackle.
Yeah, Richard Stewart, another Wayne State commit. He's going to stay right here in Detroit. 5'11", 260. Second and long now. Shamrock still at the 49. Here's Banton. Hands it off. Once again, not much there. That middle was clogged up, only got a yard.
Yeah, and they're forcing this DCC team into a 3rd and long. They do not want them to run this game out. They are making sure they have control of this line of scrimmage right now. Great job by the King front 7.
Yeah, and that's what the Shamrocks are trying to do. We have just reached the 6-minute mark. That clock is moving. Shamrocks keeping it on the ground, trying to run it out with a 12-6 lead. King just found the end zone for the first time a couple of plays ago. So now 3rd and long.
And if you're DCC, you have this matchup down here.
Here's Banta. That's where he's looking. And he's got him. It's
and
Gash.
He takes him
on the money. In stride. Touchdown. You nailed it. Gideon Gash for 6.
And what a job by Duke Banta recognizing this. He's got one of his best receivers.
Tell us what you saw, because you called it before. What did you see there?
Absolutely. It's solo coverage right there. You have one of your best players on a corner by himself. And I don't care who the corner is if you're a quarterback. That's Gideon Gash. Up top, he's fast, he's big. You gotta give him a chance. And Duke Banta recognizes that as well and throws the ball on a money for a big DCC touchdown.
His 4th tutty of the year, and it is a big one. Gideon Gash, the junior. And now we're going for 2 again. Loaded backfield. Handoff, the push, they're in. 2-point convo is good, and just like that, DCC answers back, as they did on the very first drive of the game. They made quick work down the field. King thought they had a little momentum. Shamrocks right back at you.
That's their 3-back set. We also saw King run it too, and they are just being physical. Jack Janda washes him down right there. In number 4 in blue, Cam Swearingen punches it in for DCC. That's a huge momentum builder for them right there with only 5-ish minutes left.
Another all-league player for CC, adding that lead. Now 20-6 with only 5:21 to play. Hey, esports is big across the country. Detroit Catholic Central leading the way. The Shamrocks enter the season ranked 5th in the nation by USA Today. Over the last few years, they've even hosted matches right in front of the entire student body inside the gymnasium at Catholic Central. You're a lot younger than I am, man. Esports is a big old thing, man. You can make some money. People are going pro playing esports.
Yeah, it's booming across the country. I only expect it to probably grow. I have a few cousins.
Hey,
They're
man,
all into that.
if you can play Super Mario 3 and make some money, I could probably do pretty good at that. You don't even know what that is.
Oh,
I'm
come on,
100. I'm 108.
Oh, I could probably get the hang of some Mario Kart.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. How about Excite Bike? Another boot through the end zone. So the Crusaders will begin at the 20. They got to do something real quick.
Yeah, and the run game they have been leaning on and leaned on for the most part that last drive. You got to be careful doing that. There's not that much time on the clock. They're going to have to get to their bread and butter with Flemingster and Andrew Knight.
Well, how good is Detroit King? They're number 2 in our standings, and they had 3 players win our state champs Mr. Football delivered by Hungry Howie's throughout the year. Once again, man, they're doing pretty well. How about that? Little state championship in 2021. Ty Spencer lifting that trophy up. You saw, there's another one. You saw Dante Moore in that last shot. quarterback at Oregon. Here comes King, and here comes a huge play down the sideline. I don't know if they're going to get him. That's going to be a touchdown. Just like that. We said they needed something quick. Marion Stewart delivered.
And what a play coming out of your King. They run this screen pass, and what a great job blocking downfield. They're going to swing him out here. Andrew Knight's just going to toss it out. Blocking, pushing, blocking. How about number 4, Don Spiller, creating a lane for his teammate to explode all the way down the field. Great job by number 10 in white.
That is exactly what the doctor ordered. The sophomore flying down the sideline. A quick response from King. They are right back in this thing. They are once again going for 2. Knight throws it toward the sideline, and a late flag comes in. 2 of them, actually. They're going to get another crack at it.
And that was a bang-bang play right there. I couldn't quite tell from first glance if it was indeed a PI.
We'll take another look at it here.
And they get Andrew Knight on the edge, and he sees the flat. Yeah, and he is.
Yeah, he got bumped
just a little early.
Yeah, he shouldered him just before that ball got there. Luka Genrich just a hair early, so they move the ball all the way down to the 1. King Band already playing. They're going to be playing a whole lot louder if they can punch this one in. Down 20-12. Full house backfield again. There's the handoff, and he is in there. Deuces, Chris Massey getting it done. It's now 20-14.
Head coach Patrick of King is just leaning on his offensive line right now and saying, get us there, get us in the end zone. And they give it to number 22 in white, Chris Massey, who finds a way in there, does a great job, has great vision, and gets the 2-point conversion.
Excellent job by the Crusaders.
And now they're only down by 6.
Down 6, plenty of time, over 5 minutes to go. This is the second straight year. As we told you, the Catholic Central and Detroit King face off here at Ford Field to close out the regular season. It was all Shamrocks last year as Catholic Central takes the 23-7 victory. Also a year ago, the Shamrocks made it to the D1 semifinals before falling to the eventual state champs from Cass Tech. So here we go. The big fella gonna boot it away again. He does, he kicks it, it's a squib, bounces down to the 20 before it's brought in. Bounces off a tackle there is Samson Gash. He's gonna be brought down at the 34. 5 minutes on the dot in this one.
And now we're kind of back to where we started last drive, right? They have to control the football, run some time, win the line of scrimmage, DCC does, and hopefully score on this drive to put it out of range for King.
That's what their hope is. On the other side, you said it. Those big fellas up front gonna try to make something happen. Kelvin Washington, 77, we've seen him, 6'5", 370. Jordan Eaton, 6'5", 235. Big boy's gonna try to make a stop here. Duke Banta's got other ideas. He does hand it off, and right at the line, big fella say, no sir. They're still pushing him back. Said had nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go, and guess who? Big number 77. You see this front, they're running a 4-4. Here's number 77 right here. What did we say he was? 6'5", 370. That is a lot of human being right there, and what a play he makes to stop them on first down.
And then all the other fellas we told you about all come in there to help him out. That is a whole lot of dude right there, and he made a big play on first down. Man in motion is Sampson. Banta looking toward him. He's actually going longer. Got a man in again in stride. How about that pitch and catch? A huge pickup one more time. Peyton Solfran bringing it in.
Yeah, and he throws to his back. It's quarterback to quarterback right here because Sofran is his backup. It's man coverage right here, and they're going to run a man beater. This is going to be a wheel route up the sideline. And Duke steps up. He's not afraid of the rush and throws a dart down the sideline to the wheel route. Great job by Duke Banta. That is an elite ball right there.
This dude's throwing ropes. He did on the touchdown. He did right there. And Sofran, first time we've called his name today, the junior, but he's another guy when they need a big play. That's who they can go to. 6 receptions, 52 yards. He's got a touchdown, and now he's got his team inside the red zone down to the 15, looking to put this game away. 3:30 to play here at Ford Field. Hand off to Williams. Not too much, does pick up a couple. That clock is ticking. It's the Shamrocks' friend right now.
And if you're DCC right now, you're up by 6. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do here, but I imagine they're going to keep the ball on the ground, run some clock, and try and kick a field goal to make the game unreachable for King.
And as you know, they can get a first down. Got to get to about the 7 to pick up the first. Timeouts, you can see them on your screen. Thanks to our great technical crew, brought to you by Big Kev and the boys. Each team with 2 timeouts. They do keep it on the ground along the left side. Looking to turn the corner. Williams can't, gets knocked out of bounds. He's at about the 12.
And that clock's going to keep churning. Oh, it stops on the field.
Yeah, 2:36 to go.
2:36.
Inside the house. 3rd and 5 now.
Yeah, and if you're Cedric right there, Cedric Williams, you want to kind of stay in bounds right there to keep running clock.
And here's something for you. We've seen it in the goal line package. We're seeing it here. Duke Banta came off the field. Joshua Peters back in there. They're at the 11.
You see Samson Gash out here. You wonder if they're going to do a jet sweep or fake a jet sweep here.
Here it comes. They fake it. Peters keeps it. But he is brought down. He didn't get anywhere that time. They've run that play a couple of times, and now King is all over it. Don Spillers with the tackle.
And he's going to take a timeout, Coach Patrick and King, to try and preserve as much clock as possible. And if you're DCC here, you remember they missed a field goal earlier in the game.
That's right. Yeah, Ty Goddard out there missed one earlier. He does have a 42-yarder on the year. He came in 3 for 3, finally missed one. We'll see what they decide to do. We told you that DCC does it in all the sports. More success at Detroit Catholic Central. Well, how about that wrestling team? Under the great leadership of head coach Mitch Hancock, the Shamrocks once again a powerhouse. They will enter the season look to capture their 4th straight Division I state title. Another title run, hey, could possibly be in the making for DCC. We told you about a couple of the guys who are out there right now who hit the mat on that wrestling mat. Big Benny, a couple of the other guys.
They're going to go ahead and kick it right here.
All right, well, let's see what Ty Goddard has in his foot. Missed one earlier today. He came into the game 26 of 30 in point after attempts. He has missed a field goal. This one from 28. And that one was blocked, but we have a whistle before he kicked it.
And it's 4th and 5, remember. Depending, might be a first down for DCC.
It could be a first down.
And that could be a great opportunity.
And we just saw another flag fly. We may have gotten a personal foul after that. Another flag just came in. King was upset. The Shamrocks were saying that was a first down. We'll see, wait here for the official word.
It's going to be a first down for DCC here.
And I think we have a personal foul on top of that as well.
You just can't do that.
Yeah.
And it just hurts to see for King here because they are this close in this game. And it's been that way for a lot of their games this year, and they just stub themselves in the foot there and give DCC a first down.
Yeah, and the whistle did blow, but the kick was no good. You had them on 4th down. You get a pair of penalties, and now CC inside the 5 one more time. They got their full house running again. Handoff. Going to be just right at the line, a little bit short. Marked down right at the 1. That was Swearigan with the carry. Picked up 2 yards.
Yeah, and CC's in no hurry right now. They're just running the clock down, taking their time here.
And Duke Banta back out there. We saw Josh Peters there on the 3rd down play. It's the junior from Northville. Hands it off. This time, they're in there. They haven't called it yet, though. Official stepping in.
They're calling it a little bit short, it looks like.
I believe they're
top.
calling it short. The 2 officials, you can see them conversing, and there it is, touchdown. Took them a second, but I believe it was the right call. There's Swearigan.
And how about that for DCC?
Taking advantage of mistakes on the other end. You played, you know that's what you got to do.
Absolutely. They took advantage of mistakes. They get in their 3-back set here, and they get Cam Swearigan the ball and lean on their big offensive line to get it in and potentially put this game away.
Yeah, it's not over quite yet. If King can pull out something like they did on the first play of the last possession.
Exactly
but
right.
They're down to $1:27 on the clock. And we've got a timeout on the field.
Yeah, and CC's thinking about going for 2 here to make it a 2-possession game. Coach DeSante is always on that stuff. He's a very high awareness coach, and he does a great job with this program. He's thinking about putting it up 14 points here.
Yeah, looking to go up 14, 2 possessions. Detroit Catholic Central added another trophy to the case with a 2024 Division I lacrosse state title, defeating Heartland for their 2nd straight MHSAA crown in school history. They fell just short in overtime a season ago against Brother Rice, but you know the Shamrocks are going to be fired up. They're ready for another run coming up this spring. A couple of lacrosse guys also on the team that we've told you about today. They've got rugby players out there. They got all sorts of guys. A couple of
wrestlers.
3-point wrestlers, basketball players. Down there playing for Torrey Jackson, the great point guard from Notre Dame.
They're going to go for 2 here just to put it up 14. They want 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points for King to get and make it a little harder on them.
And you see Banta is out there. Once again, they're going with the 3 backs. Trying to punch this in and put it away. Banta hands to 12.
And it's going to end up being a
Peters.
holding.
And we got a flag.
Got some laundry.
So instead of Peters taking the direct snap, that time handed to Peters, who tried to get outside and in, but we've got a hold.
King stopped it anyways, so they're still in an okay spot. They got 1 timeout left.
Yeah, decline that penalty. 26-14. $1:27 to go.
Think about what's upcoming for King here. They're going to have to score fast, which they showed they could do on the last drive, and then they're going to have to go for an onside because they only have 1 timeout. They don't have 3. And we got another flag on the field here.
And another very late flag coming near the King sideline. We'll wait for the official to let us know. Another unsportsmanlike.
And it looks like it was on BCC there?
Yeah, I believe he may have pointed the wrong direction. We'll see where the ball ends up. Yeah, CC's coming up. Yeah, the official just pointed the wrong direction there.
And, you know, as we talked about self-inflicted wounds today for King. They were in this game, and they jump off sides on that field goal, and then the personal foul, and then this. It's just compounding right now, and they got to get rid of that stuff for the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Because they still have a chance.
There's a great look at Coach Sasante. You know he'll take it.
Yeah,
A win's a win. He will take it here at Ford Field. He was 9-0 a couple of years ago, back before going on to win a national championship at Grand Valley State. He's got his team in great position to win a state title here. Still a minute and a half to go. And CC looking for a field goal. Oh, did he get it? They just kick it through the uprights. Yeah, it's good.
And CC's not out of the woods here yet. They have to focus and dial in right now to stop those big plays, because they allowed it last time.
And they allowed it last time. That's a great lesson. Failures are maybe the best teacher, right?
Keep the top on the defense, keep the ceiling on the defense. Coach Asante talked about it this week. They're going to have to do that here. It's an obvious passing situation for King right now.
Down to one timeout on each side of the ball. 1:27, nothing came off the clock after that kick. Andrew Knight, Deuce, the Illinois State commit's got to work some magic. He's got it. Got a man out there. See if he brought it in or not. That's Flem. He's saying he got it, and they're marking it down. They're saying he did. Another official is saying no good. It hit the ground. Let's see if we can tell on our replay.
Yeah, let's see it right here. They're going to run a switch read concept, and Daryl Flemingster's going to sit it down. Andrew Knight does a good job driving the ball on him. Maybe a little short.
Oh, man.
Whitetail.
That is close.
It's a great effort by Flemingster.
That is close.
It's just a little short by Knight. It's a good concept, though, by the King offense.
Would have been a huge pickup for King. Here's another look at it. Yeah, it looked like he caught that ball, man, and he made a move. Doesn't matter. It's second down. And, man, a huge hit in the backfield. They get to him, knock him way back.
Yeah,
that's Hunter Stokes.
He's trying to end this game right now. He comes around, beats his block, and puts the star quarterback on the ground. He's trying to finish this game out for his team. Great job bull rushing that tackle right there.
Yeah, Christian Moore just couldn't keep Stokes out of there. The senior from Northville just got in, and he may have put this game on ice. It is third in the river. 19 for Knight. He's throwing. Got a man open. Trying to get to the sideline, but not much there. Brought down is Don Spillers. So now fourth down. 13 to go, but there's only 15 seconds left on the clock. King's going to snap it on fourth. 3 receivers bottom, but they're out of time. Knight has got a man out there, in and out of the hands, and that will do it. We may have 1 second on the clock, actually. No, we do not. That is it. Detroit Catholic Central, a perfect 9-0 for the second year in a row. They get it done, knocking off King for the second year in a row on the Prep Bowl. This year, 26-14 is the final. We'll have your post-game show coming up right after this.
What's more authentic than a Hungry Howie's Detroit-style pizza? Nothing. We're not playing around with the pizza of our birthplace. Thick crust, cheese to the edge, sauce on the top. Where it belongs. We've seen a lot of fakes out there. Not here. This is authentic Detroit-style pizza. Order yours now online for $12.99. We sauce the top and rep for the 313 everywhere. We do bold.
Hungry
Howie's.
Welcome back to Ford Field and the Prep Bowl, where in the showcase game, Detroit Catholic Central holds off Detroit King for the second straight year. 26-14 is your final here. It's CC finishing 9-0 for the first time in back-to-back years since 1999. This was their goal the entire year since getting knocked off in the semifinals by Cass Tech. They get it done, and they did it when it mattered. They got it done when it mattered. When King looked like they were making a run, they held them off. Just your impressions, Jack, on how they did it.
You know, I was really impressed by quarterback Duke Banta. He had an interception earlier in the game, but what does a good quarterback do? He responds, he's resilient. He came back and threw a couple strikes that really put the dagger into King. And I want to give a shout out to that DCC defense as well, finishing the game and causing some havoc.
And Gideon Gash getting it done on both ends. You saw him getting it done down on the goal line on D, and then how about that big touchdown?
Absolutely.
Let's head down to the field where Patty Cesarini is with the other Gash, Sampson.
Sampson scored a touchdown here tonight at Ford Field in the Prep Bowl, but there were so many contributors here tonight. Talk about the depth of this offense.
I know everyone on this team has been working since January after we lost last year, and I have full confidence in everyone on this team to get the job done whenever someone goes down.
And how did the way that the season ended last year really just fuel the fire this season?
Yeah, it really showed that we can hang with any team that gets lined up against us, and we're ready to take it all this year.
And you got to let me know, what's it like playing with your brother?
It's a lot of fun. I mean, we've been battling since I can remember, so it's a lot of fun playing right next to him.
As you guys are heading into the postseason here, this team, anytime you guys step out on the field, it's like you guys are on a mission. What are you trying to prove here as you go into the postseason?
We're just going to take it one game at a time and keep working on, keep fixing things in practice, keep having great weeks of practice, and see where things go.
Well, congrats on the win. Go and enjoy it.
Thank you.
Back up to you guys.
Appreciate it, Patty. They're going to love him in East Lansing next season. Samson Gash helping lead his team to back-to-back 9-0 campaigns, and they have knocked off some juggernauts along the way. You know that's the case in the Catholic League, where they've gone 9-0. For King, they're going to make the playoffs in D3. They've lost to two of the best teams in the state in 3 of their 4 losses. Your vision for them, what you like out of what you saw here from them tonight?
Absolutely. King is a very talented football team. They've showed that they played really close games with very talented teams. They just have to find a way to be better in the red zone and take away those self-inflicted wounds. But overall, this team can make a run in the playoff. They have some very talented players and good coaches.
Yeah, we saw him. Andrew Knight is a dog. Flem is a dog as well. We'll be interested to see how they do as they make the trek through the D3 playoffs. We appreciate you so much for being with us here for the Prep Bowl on the State Champs Sports Network for Game Time Live. For Jack Tuttle and Patty Cesarini and our entire amazing staff, thank you so much for being here with us. My name's Ryan Slocum, and we will see you as the playoffs roll on.
State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza and also presented by Lawrence Technological University, the Construction Association of Michigan, Legacy Partners Insurance, the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, and the Michigan High School Athletic Association.